Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Excited to be here today, but I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Ran over on a consult. Today, I wanted to talk about a really hot topic that everybody is very curious about, and it's the green card based on extraordinary ability. So if you're here on your O1 or you're in college or at the conservatory or you're thinking about applying for the O1, I want you to really position yourself in your mind to understand that this is something that is very, very serious. We're talking about high stakes here. And I don't think a lot of people understand how high stakes this is, because I've been consulting with people who've applied for the EB-1A and they don't really qualify. So I think that it's really, really, really important to understand your career and where you're positioned within your career to be able to take that leap. Because remember, we're talking about high stakes here. We're talking about green card. And one of the things that I really want you to think about when you're thinking about potentially applying for the green card is what we call the Kazarian analysis. And that is basically your impact in the field. And if you can't identify your impact, then it might not be the right time to think about applying for the EB-1A. So you might be thinking, like, what is impact in the field? This is a very abstract concept, Elektra. I don't understand what you're talking about. Well, you want to try to frame it in terms of like what you've actually done within your career. So for example, have you, if you're a performer, have you pioneered a singing technique that now other performers are utilizing? Or have you created a system that now is the industry standard? Again, you might be thinking, oh, I can't do this. No, you can absolutely do this, but you need to position yourself mentally to be able to position yourself that way. And number two, you need to communicate it with your attorney, because I just had a consultation with somebody who, a very difficult RFE this person got, and it really seems like the attorney did not understand the professional profile of this person, much less the impact the person had in his or her field. So if you don't understand your impact, there's no way you're going to be able to communicate that to your attorney, and there's no way that USCIS is going to unilaterally on his or her own understand what your impact in the field is. So really start to think about, what have you done to improve your field? What can you do to improve your field? And if you start with that mentality, you're going to be on a great track to potentially having a strong EB-1A case. So I really want you guys to think about, what is the impact you're currently making in your field? And if you're not making an impact, what impact can you make on the field? So it can be anything from pioneering a technique, creating a system, utilizing a certain way of doing things. Maybe you're teaching this new way of performing or of designing, so you're impacting a new generation of performers, designers, etc. I don't know what it is. You're supposed to work with a professional, so an attorney, either me or whoever else, to really identify what is your impact, what it is you're doing in the field. So there was a post a couple of days ago about on Wednesday about one of the green cards that we were able to secure, and this is a person who's never had an O1, so never had an O1A petition filed on his or her behalf. This person was an essential support personnel. I was able to successfully argue that my client did make an impact on the field, because his manipulation of images directly impact the way consumers viewed and understood fashion, modeling, and design. This is a legal strategy that I came up with, and this is how you're supposed to strategize with your attorney. So if you're thinking about the EB-1A, if you're on that road to, want to get your green card and cement your professional career in the US long term, then you need to think about how you are making an impact. And this is great not only for your EB-1A, but it's great for your field and it's great for your career. How are you changing things? How are you disrupting your industry? You need to answer those questions in order to be able to get to the next step, which is communicate this this potentially to your attorney, or your manager or your agent or whoever you're working with. Start to lay the foundation for disruption and change in your field. You can start small, but you've got to start somewhere. And I will talk about this later today with my creative career advice. I will talk about how you can change your field. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later today.